have a very serious question to ask about our Republican leadership. Should Ronna McDaniel be the RNC chair? One thing is for sure, the status quo is not working. And as Vivek Ramaswamy pointed out, we lost 2018, 2020, and 2022. There was no red wave. Joining me now is 2024 presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. You're the first one of the earlier debates, to call out Ronna. The wave is getting bigger. What are your feelings? Is she failing the Republican Party?
I think she has badly failed the Republican Party, Eric. Fact of the matter is, I judge by results. 2018, 2020, 2022, 2023, all disasters for Republicans. That spans two different administrations, one Republican, one Democrat. So it's hard not to bear some accountability here. And yet what do we see? Ronna McDaniel's salary has tripled over that same period. A lot of that money being spent on, I would say, questionable places. And I think that at the end of the day, I don't mean this personally against her. I just mean this as somebody who wants to have a party that wins elections. We need to have some level of accountability in this party. So, frankly, Eric, I think you would do a better job than she would do. And I mean that as a compliment to you, but in some sense, I think that you'd have an average person on the street that we could pick off the street of Iowa right here who would probably do a better job.
So you're saying I'm as good as some average person on the street in Iowa? No, I'm teasing. I'll take the job, by the way. I would love to do that job. Hey, Vivek, listen, I want to hear people hear this soundbite. Two reasons. I want to hear what Chris Christie defending Nikki Haley, which blew my mind when I saw it. But then I don't hear you listen to the response afterwards. Listen, roll the tape.
This is the fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So shut up for a little while. I've known her for 12 years, which is longer than he's even started to vote in a Republican primary. And while we disagree about some issues and we disagree about who should be president of the United States, what we don't disagree on is this is a smart, accomplished woman, and you should stop insulting her.
So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take several times over.
Here's what happened. The crowd continued to cheer. Forget what we'll talk about what he said in a second, Christie, backing Haley. Don't understand that. But, folks, this was Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the heart of red country. Trump land. There's no way that crowd would have been cheering Chris Christie for anything unless, Vivek, could it have possibly been RNC plants in the audience?
Of course it was. I mean, that was the whole game. I mean, you listen to that audience, there's a disconnect between what people at home are saying and the establishment audience that was stacked with. Of course, but this is all part of the game. We knew that going in. In fact, I didn't even go. You know, they have the, there's a little bit inside baseball, Eric, but the day of, they have you show the candidate walkthrough for where you're going to stand and how your sound system works. I didn't even go to mine. You know, it's just going to be a little Republican establishment setup job. I'd rather just go to the debate. So I just showed up that night, walked on the stage, and I was pretty unshackled on that stage. And so the more the people in the audience were booing, the more I knew I was doing a good job for the people at home. I'm now in Iowa today, and we're seeing big crowds, people pouring out who are head over heels about that debate. Some of them brought my equivalent of their own printout of the Nikki equals corrupt sign and asked me to sign it. So it's actually been interesting to see the difference in the reaction between actually the people of this country versus the media establishment and the Republican Party establishment that was in that room. So is this process a fair and even process? Of course it's not. But you know what? That's a big part of why it's going to take like an outsider like me to get things right in this party and in this movement.